Breaking news, we have a mega fight. Just made official. Stay tuned for Friday Check Hook. We'll tell you what it is. Please like and subscribe. Help us hit 10,000 subscribers. Leave us a comment. Welcome to another episode of Friday Check Hook. The WBC has released a tweet that their welterweight champ, Shawn and Errol Spence, the IBF champ, will fight to unify those titles. They said they're just waiting for a date. It looks like it will be in Dallas at AT&T Stadium, and it will be on FOX PPV. This is huge. This is great news for a couple of reasons. The Errol Spence-Mikey Garcia fight was in AT&T Stadium in Dallas, Spence's hometown. It drew almost 50,000 fans. It was also on FOX pay-per-view. It did about 400,000 pay-per-view sales. So this is great news. This is a winning formula. It seems like they've hit a winning formula here. This is a great fight. It's a unification fight. 2 top 5 welterweights. This is great on a number of levels. It's a great fight. It's great news for boxing fans. Like I said, 2 top 5 welterweights unifying. We're finally getting Spence versus one of the premier PBC 147 pounders. It looked like we weren't going to get that for a while. He's fighting Lamont Peterson's. He was fighting Carlos Ocampo. He's fighting lightweights. But now we're finally going to get Errol Spence against a star, one of their top welterweights in the stable. This will make Errol Spence a pay-per-view star. Richard Schaefer said in the post-fight interview after the Spence-Garcia fight that this is the Spence era now. That you had the De La Hoya era, and you had the Pacquiao-Floyd era. Pacquiao era, the Floyd era. This is the Errol Spence era. He's going to be the biggest star in boxing. We may get that. He may become a pay-per-view star, and this fight can help. This is great news for Spence. This is exactly what Errol Spence needs. This is a mega fight with a big-name fighter who beat Danny Garcia, who lost a very controversial decision to Keith Thurman. If Errol Spence blows him out the way I think he will blow him out, it leaves no more debate between who's better between him and Keith Thurman. This is a guy that Keith Thurman eked out a very, very close decision against, one that at least half the people who watched it thought Porter won. We did score at 115-113 for Keith Thurman, but very, very close. A couple of swing rounds there. Could have won either way. All 3 judges saw 15-13 for Keithy. If Spence goes in there and demolishes Porter like I think he will, this is what we're talking about. Spence will be on an island by himself over on the PBC side. Meaning that the only logical fight for him to fight next would be Terrence Crawford. But we'll get into all that. This is great news for Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter was lucky to get a decision against Ugas. If they rematched, Ugas would have probably beaten him. Ugas looked to be the better boxer. And he wouldn't have gotten a payday. He wouldn't have gotten a pay-per-view or a shot like this. And Shawn's a great person. Shawn's a great guy. Heck of a nice guy. Heck of a human being. He deserves this opportunity. He's paid his he paid his dues. He's a star in the sport. 2-time welterweight champion. Both times he stepped up, really stepped up against Kell Brook. He lost, and then he lost a very, very tight decision to Keith Thurman. He's got wins over guys like Devin Alexander, Adrian Broner, Andre Berto, those B-plus guys. This is a chance. This is his 3rd and final chance to beat an A guy. We're going to see how good he is. He's got one over Paul Malignaggi when Malignaggi was still considered, a B-plus guy. So Porter's got good wins, but he doesn't have the Hall of Fame win. This is that opportunity. He needs to make the most of this. Porter needs a win here to kind of cement his legacy as not a good champion, because he's already a good champion. He needs this to make himself a great champion and to possibly make himself a Hall of Famer. I don't think he wins. I don't think there's any way that he wins this fight. I think Spence beats him up from the outside, can outbox him, and can beat him up on the inside. I don't see, but again, Shawn Porter's not an easy fight for anyone. Let's make his style. He's like a bull in a china shop. His jab has gotten a lot better. We saw that in the Garcia fight. We also saw it in the Ugas fight. He can jab. He's not just a bull in a china shop. But when it comes down to it, that's his style. And I think he walks into Spence's hands. I think he takes a beating. I think he certainly scores some licks. He scores some shots on Spence, but Spence is going to have his hands full. But I think Spence takes this fight. This is not great news for Bud Crawford, and that's the only person it's not great news for. He was hoping to secure that Errol Spence fight, which would be the best fight in boxing, which means we're certainly almost not going to get it anytime soon. Bud versus Spence would be an epic battle. It would be like Hagler versus Hearns. It would be just a great fight. Spence told him on the Hooker Salcedo undercard in Oklahoma City, why wouldn't I go the easy route? Why wouldn't I? And knock out Shawn Porter? Why wouldn't I? Looks like that's what he's going to do. And again, Shawn Porter is not easy route for anyone. He could have used better words. It's easier than Crawford, but Shawn Porter is a handful for anyone. Again, I'm taking Spence to win this fight. I think he beats Porter down. I don't think Porter has the skill set to match, to outmaneuver Spence or to hang with him. I think he makes it a rough tumble fight, but ultimately, when we look at it round by round, I think Spence gets the better of it and starts to hurt Porter in that fight. I do think it goes a distance. Porter is one tough guy, and he will hang around. I just don't know how he can come in there and win rounds. I don't think he has the power necessarily to knock Spence out. So, he can't just walk through Spence's shots, obviously. I don't see a formula for Spence winning this fight, but I think it's an entertaining fight. I just think it's competitive but one-sided, if that makes sense. Hopefully, we get Crawford versus Spence following this, right? This is what it has to lead up to. I know we're not going to get it until 2020 now, but I feel like we're making progress. This is finally a good time for the welterweight division, as we're going to possibly get the 3 following fights before the end of 2019. We're going to get this fight. We're going to get Pacquiao versus Thurman, it looks like. And I think my prediction is we're going to get Terence Crawford versus Danny Garcia. Garcia looked good against Granados. Blew Granados out. Stopped him. Very impressive win for Danny Garcia. And I think we're going to get Garcia versus Crawford. They're going to have to work on the other side of the aisle. I think this is Crawford versus Garcia. Makes sense. I think it makes sense. They have some history. It's an entertaining fight. Garcia looked good enough where he's earned that fight. I think that makes sense. And I think it's PBC's way to kind of cash out on Danny Garcia. It's a pay-per-view fight. They can make some money off him. Look, Garcia can't beat the top guys. He can't beat Spence. He can't beat Porter. He can't beat Thurman. He can't beat Pacquiao. He can't beat those guys. But he's still good. He's still a draw, and he's still a name. So I think this is good. Crawford goes in there, beats the snot out of Danny Garcia. They cash out Danny Garcia. They get one more big payday out of him. I think you do it in New York in the Barclays Center, and I think that's a good fit. Or you can do it in the Garden, either one. Terence Crawford, then you get to work with Terence Crawford. They cross promote that with Top Rank and PBC, and then I think you get Bud Crawford versus Errol Spence early in 2020. I'm thinking. I think this is all steps in the right direction. I think we're finally getting the best fight and the best in this division. So we're making progress. This is good news. Again, we have Errol Spence versus Shawn Porter for the WBC and IBF 147-pound straps. Really exciting news. This is just out. The WBC has confirmed it. Looks like it's going to be in AT&T Stadium on Fox pay-per-view, but we just don't have a date yet. I've heard anything from July to September, so we'll see. We'll call it summer to late summer of this year, but this is good news. This is a big fight. It's good for me that it's in Dallas. We're in Dallas. We'll go to the fight. We'll cover the fight live there. So this is all good news. I'm into this fight. It's a great fight, and I think I think it's competitive but one-sided. And I think this is the fight that makes Errol Spence a star. I really do. I think Fox will do a great job of promoting this fight. It's Texas versus Ohio, 2 of the best states for boxing. So this has everything a fight fan could want. 2 top 5 welterweights, a unification fight, and a fun fight. Again, my prediction officially would be, and we'll get into this and I'll break it down as we get closer to the fight, but I'm taking Errol Spence by 12 rounds, lopsided unanimous decision, say something like 119, 109, 118, 110. You know, scorecards like that. I think he starts to beat him down late in the fight too. For another episode of Friday Check Hook, from Texas to the world, this is 3D Boxing signing off, saying thank you and God bless.
Enjoy 3D Boxing vlog videos? Show us some love by clicking the like button. Don't miss a tweet, post, story, or video. 3dboxingvlog.com is also on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Hit the subscribe button now to stay inside the ring.